Well, what's up, guys? It is Carly here bringing you another weekly dose of horror, and today we're going to be finishing off the Carries, at least for now. I do have the remake, but it is on Blu-ray, so we will not get to that for a long time, but we are talking about the Carrie remake from 2002 with Angela Bettis, and of course this one is the same old plot. You have this outcasted girl who is picked on by her classmates, and she discovers early on that she has these telekinetic powers, but she's not too sure how to use them or how aggressive they are able to be, and the girls that pick on her decide to pull a prank that goes way too far and pushes Carrie to the limits, and of course Carrie ruins their prom night. So, I feel like I didn't really have to describe the plot again for that one because everyone should know by now. So, Carrie 2002, this is, I believe it's a TV movie remake, and I will say right away, it definitely shows. The movie is also very long. It's over 2 hours long, and you could always see when the TV stuff is going to commercial, and I always feel like that makes movies really cheesy when you watch them on DVD, but to get into, Carrie herself, Angela Bettis, of course, portrays her, and this same year the movie May actually came out, oddly enough, with Angela Bettis also as the star, and as people probably know, May is one of my favorites. It's just one that I saw in recent years. It's not one I saw a long time ago, but I saw it and I thought it was just a masterpiece, and I think her performance in that movie is fantastic, and she just plays the awkward character really well, and it really shows because in this movie she's also playing an awkward character, but it's a different type of awkward, if that makes any sense. She's really good at making you just want to look away from the screen because she's just kind of hard to watch, and you kind of picture yourself really in these situations trying to talk to her, and it's just really awkward. And like I said, it's played a little differently in this movie as opposed to May, and that's why I think she is a fantastic actress. But the approach with the character in this movie I do like, in a sense, because she looks a little more frazzled and beaten down. Her hair is always just this frizzy mess. It looks like she hasn't brushed it in 10 years, and she obviously, I guess Angela Bettis is probably cross-eyed in real life because she does that in May as well, but you get scenes in this where her eyes kind of go a little bit crossed, and she always has like the shakes and stuff like that, and they make her more of a pathetic character, where in the original Carrie you have Sissy Spacek, who looks like she could possibly be cool, not really cool, but she could fit in potentially, and with this character you sense that this girl kind of doesn't really have a fighting chance, and I do like that. I do feel like that's more of what Stephen King is going for in the book, with the idea of Carrie, where she's just kind of hopeless and you feel really sorry for her because she probably will never have that many good connections, but at the same time I feel like it's a little done up in this movie, and I also feel like the film is just overly done up in general. It's very exaggerated on some scenes, like the shower scene and just the way Carrie reacts to certain things. I just feel like it's played up a little bit too much to where it gets old, and you kind of want to see Carrie come out of her shell a little bit more. And even once you get to the prom scene, I feel like she's never fully there, where, like I said, in the original film, she gets to the prom and she just seems to be more open and more happy of a person, and you get the sense that she could possibly become friends with these people and be accepted, and it's just kind of this happy feeling. Where in this movie, she just never seems to really get there, in my opinion at least, and once again, it's not a major negative, but for me, I feel like it makes the movie a little more effective if you do start to see her having a better time and all that, which it does try to show that, but it just doesn't do it as well, if that makes any sense. The other characters in this movie, I think, are decent. I think the popular girls do a good job of being super bitchy. I think they're even worse in this movie than what you get in the original film. It's almost like you don't even... Chris isn't even the worst one. Her side character, Tina, is kind of the one that you really hate in this movie because she just comes off as a total bitch, and she's obviously a follower of Chris, and it really shows. The gym teacher in this movie, I think, is really good as well. It kind of reminds me of a gym teacher I actually had in high school, just her overall appearance and her sternness, and I think she does a fantastic job as a gym teacher. She might be, honestly, out of the 3 Carrie movies you get, not including the sequel, but, you know, obviously the first one and the 2013 remake and this one, I think the gym teacher in this one is maybe my favorite, just by the way she talks to Carrie, and certain scenes with her and dialogue makes her really likable and really believable as well. Like I said, she's just really stern, and I like that about her. The Billy character, Chris's boyfriend, I don't really like in this film. I think he's kind of trying to be a tough guy too much when really he seems like he would be a pussy in real life, and it's just not as effective as the original. Not to keep comparing it to the original, but it's kind of hard not to when you've seen these two so close together like I have. And yeah, overall, you know, I don't think this is a bad movie. I think it's another Carrie movie. I do think it runs a bit too long. You also have, part of the reason it runs too long is you have scenes where Sue Snell's character is being interrogated by the police detectives, as well as some other survivors of prom nights, and I don't mind those parts really. I think they are interesting, but I think it does kind of elongate the movie a little bit too much. The special effects in this movie are also pretty weak. It's definitely CG with the fire, and just tables and chairs being thrown around looks really, really cheesy in this one. And overall, just it kind of lacks in that atmosphere in general that you want to see in a movie like this. It's supposed to be kind of this tragic film about Carrie, and the atmosphere is just very lacking for me. It's kind of just a lesser version of the original, so I would always put on the original over this one, even though I did watch all 3 of these movies pretty equally. Nowadays, I would definitely revert back to the original if I wanted to just pop in a Carrie film. Another thing about this movie is the ending. I really cannot stand the ending. Even as a young kid, I thought it was really, really stupid. For some reason, I thought the book ended like this, and I looked it up just now, and I'm wrong about that. I don't know why I thought that, but either way, I think the ending of this movie really just ruins the tragic story of Carrie as a whole, and kind of cheapens it in a way. So all in all, Carrie 2002, like I said, it's another Carrie movie. You can't really talk too bad about it. I think the performances are all pretty good for the most part. I just think some of the stuff is done up a little bit too over the top to where it comes off as really cheesy and kind of stupid at times, and the special effects are pretty weak. You get a scene where Carrie's walking through the town, destroying everything, and that comes off as being a little too dramatic, I guess. I'd rather just see her destroy the prom, and that's enough for me. So overall, not a bad film, like I said. I give this one, trying to think, I guess I give it a 7 out of 10. That almost seems a little high because I feel like I've been kind of down on it, but it does have rewatchability at least. It's, you know, it's the same story. You can't go wrong with the story of Carrie. I do enjoy it, so it's one that I have rewatched time and time again as a kid. So 7 out of 10 seems like a fair rating for me personally. Some people might go a little bit lower on this one, but you know, not too bad of a film in general. Just has its problems, and it's definitely the lesser movie out of all the Carrie films here. It's the one that I would watch the least probably. So 7 out of 10. Thank you guys for joining me for this weekly dose of horror, and as always, I will see you next week.